Shalom. Would like to start off by giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well, and teach this truth in all honesty and sincerity. And salutations to you, Akim, that's around the four corners of the earth, that's pushing this truth and sincerity as well. I was just gonna get into a little lesson on Israel and idols because since the Lord had made us a nation, Israel had been going off and worshiping idols. Talking about you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, and you know, the 12 tribes. Ever since the Most High has made us a nation, we sought to do like the heathens, you know, and the heathens, they won't say it out loud, but they envy us because of our power, our God. And so, fast forward to today's time, they have us, you know, a lot of Israelites are worshiping these other idols into all these different philosophies and doctrines, whether it be Christianity, Islam, Catholicism, Buddhism, any ism that's out here. Our people is into it. Wiccans and you know, voodoo and all kind of madness. You know, worshiping Baphomet, like everything that the heathens do. Majority of the Israel has taken on that ideology or that philosophy, drunk of that wine. And I'm gonna start off in Deuteronomy. No, Salakia. Exodus chapter 32. And I'm going to start at verse 1. And it reads, And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron, and said unto him, Make us gods, which shall go before us, for as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wote not what is become of him. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons and your daughters, and bring them unto me. So Israel hadn't been out of Egypt, out of bondage, out of captivity, you know, for they hadn't been out of Egypt that long, and they already trying to worship, make up a false god to worship that they could see, when they just saw the power that the Most High gave Moses to part to part that body of water. And it's like they, you know, stuck on stupid, stiff neck, just hard head. You seen the power of the Most High, and you still want to go and do what the heathens do. Verse 3. And all the people brake off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with graving tool, after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. So they gonna make the molten calf be, they gonna give credit to the idol, something that can't breathe, that's not alive, a dumb idol. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it, and Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow is a feast to the Lord. And they rose up early on the morrow, and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink, and rose up, Shalakia, to play. And that word play here just means mockery, to a lot of merriment. They were merry. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them. And I will make of thee a great nation. And that word great right there is like a Gentile nation, or a foreign nation. And Moses besought the Lord his power, and said, Lord, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? So the Lord was ready to destroy the Israelites. He was ready to destroy them. Put yourself in that position. Let's say you have a wife, because the Most High considers the nation of Israel like his bride, like the apple of his eye. Like a husband would look at his wife, like you like she's the apple of your eye. She belongs to you. So imagine you just go off and let's say you take your woman on a shopping spree, or you take her out on a vacation, or you come and rescue her out of a dangerous situation or whatever. You come in a time where she needs you, and she give credit to another man. How would you feel? That's how the Lord feel when Israel go off and worship these other guys that can't breathe, can't talk, can't do nothing. And the living power is claiming you. The all supreme power of the universe is claiming you. He cuffing you, as Jake say. He cuffed you, and you go off and give some other, some dumb idol credit for bringing you out of the land of Egypt. That's how the Lord feel. Like a man who his wife cheated on him, and he done everything for this woman. So Moses is bringing up to the Most High, like, you know, which is gonna say in the next few verses. Remember what you said. You know, he's putting the Lord in remembrance, like, you know, I'll just get it. Verse 12. Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath, and repent of this evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, which means Prince of the Power, or Yasher Allah in Hebrew. Thy servants, to whom thou swearest by thine own self, and said unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. Because the Israelites went into captivity in Egypt 70 souls and came out 70,000. Jake liked to get it in and multiply. Verse 14. And the Lord repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people. And Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the 2 tables of testimony were in his hand. The commandments, and the tables were written on both their sides, on the one side and the other were they written. And the tables were the work of Yahweh, and the writing was the writing of Yahweh, graven upon tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp. And he said, it is not the voice of them that shout for mastery or from victory, neither is the voice of them that cry for being overcome, neither the cry of them, you know, that's being defeated, but the noise of them that sing do I hear. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, he saw the calf and the dancing, and Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hand, and brake them beneath the mount. And he took the calf which they had made, and burnt it in the fire, and ground it to powder, and strawed it upon the water, and made the children of Israel drink of it. And Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? And Aaron said, let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. Thou knowest the people that they are set on mischief. And that's Jake today, man. Set on doing bullshit. Set on worshiping these false idols. Set on clinging to their oppressor. Set on going every which way a new doctrine pop up. They own it. For they said unto me, make us gods which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. And I said unto them, whosoever hath any gold, let them break it also. They gave it to me. Then I cast it into the fire, and they came out this calf. And when Moses saw it, that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies, then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, Who is on the Lord's side? Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him. And he said unto them, Thus said the Lord, Yahweh of Israel, put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from the gate, from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses. And there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men. For Moses had said, consecrate yourselves today to the Lord, even every man upon his son and upon his brother, that he may bestow upon you a blessing this day. So Moses instructed them to kill those wicked Israelites, man. You know, because they wasn't on the Lord's side. And pretty soon that's what's going to happen to a lot of Jakes, man. And the scriptures say that the judgment going to start at the house of the Lord. And the house of the Lord is the house of Israel. He not taking just no wicked ass Israelites, man. Everybody ain't coming up out of Egypt this time. I'm going to grab Deuteronomy chapter 6 and 14. I'm going to start at 13. Well, I'm going to start at 12. Salakia. You know, the Lord is giving He's giving out to the commandments, or going back over the commandments, and this is Deuteronomy 6 and 12. Then beware lest thou forget the Lord, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy power, and serve him, and shalt swear by his name. Ye shall not go after other gods, and of the gods of the people which are round about you. So you're not supposed to be indulging in the worshiping of these idols and these false gods, or these heathens that surround you, aka Christianity, Islam, Catholicism, Buddhism, what's another one? Whatever those red dot, the East Indian, the Persian people. All of they different gods, and all the gods of the Africans, and all that, calling up ancestors and all that. That's bullshit. Verse 15, for the Lord thy power is a jealous power among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy power be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Ye shall not tempt the Lord your power as ye tempted him in Massah. And that's just the desert or wilderness. Because the Lord is not playing, man. He haven't showed his power on a grand scale in a long time. But the time is approaching. They need to cut out all this extra bullshit with these other false idols, man. Know where your power come from, Israelites, man. Jesus ain't been helping you do nothing, man. You're calling on Cesare Borgia. And I know with this age of information, this technology, you can do the research and find out exactly who Cesare Borgia is. He was a vile, wicked man, man. And that's who you call on when you calling on Jesus. This is Deuteronomy chapter 29 and 26. For they went and served other gods and worshipped them gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, that's righteous anger, and cast them into another land as it is this day. Ain't we in another land from which our forefathers weren't given? We were given the inheritance of the land of Israel. That's our land. And since 70 AD, we have been pushed out of our homeland to be placed in other land after land after land. Well, scattered around the four corners of the earth, Salakia. Israelites are everywhere. Mostly in the Americas, but there are Israelites scattered around the four corners of the earth. And we have not dwelled in Israel since 70 AD. From fleeing Roman persecution. Having to dwell amongst stinky Hamites. And having to be surrounded by heathens. And being tempted by their wickedness. You know, even King Solomon went off into worshiping other idols, building temples for his wives to worship their gods to. That's when he went off, and he was the wisest man that ever lived, and even he went off just from being around these fucking heathens. This is 1 Kings 11 and verse 2. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come unto you, for surely they will turn away your hearts after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And a concubine is a woman that's a heathen that you dealing with, that you popping. She wouldn't get the same treatment as an Israelite woman, as the woman of your same nation. She wouldn't get the same treatment. So you best believe that all you ghetto gaggers that's trying to cling unto Esau and these heathen men, that's exactly how they treat you. So you ain't escaping curses thinking that you gonna just hop in bed with the devil and you all good now. No, he just bragging to his buddies that he got one. That's it. You ain't getting no special treatment, and they just want to know what it feel like, because for centuries they have not been able to touch the Israelite woman, because our women used to be in order. They wouldn't deal with no heathen man. And yes, an Israelite man can deal with a heathen woman, but she wouldn't get no special treatment. So, and you women can't do what men do. So just, you need to learn your role first of all. Stop letting the society tell you how to feel and what to believe. You won't feel like you played yourself or being played. But back in 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 3, and he had 700 wives, princes, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord, his power, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and that Ashtoreth or Ishtar, that's that Easter madness that you practice here in America. After Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites, the Japanese. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord as did David his father. So just being around these heathens has the potential to make you go off, man. And I'm gonna end it with 1 Samuel and show 1 Samuel 5, just to show that our power is not equal to no these little small G guys, or not they can't even be in the same presence as our power, because he lives and they don't. Statue of Virgin Mary and all these dumb idols, man, that has to go, man. And it can't stand with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, man. It just can't. And I'm going to prove it. This is 1 Samuel 5, chapter 1. And the Philistines, those tall, smelly Hamites, like Manute Bol, and those or the Philistines, back in the Bible time, Goliath and all those were Philistines, the people of like Sudan and some parts of Kenya. Those really tall Africans and skinny, those are Philistines. And the Philistines took the ark of Yahweh and brought it from Ebenezer unto Ashdod. When the Philistines took the ark of Yahweh, they brought it into the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon. Dagon was the fish god of the Philistines, and they had these Hamites have so many different gods that it's ridiculous. And when they of Ashdod arose early on the morrow, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the earth before the ark of the Lord. And they took Dagon and set him in his place again. And when they arose early on the morrow morning, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the ground before the ark of the Lord. And the head of Dagon and both the palms of his hands were cut off upon the threshold. Only the stump of Dagon was left to him. Therefore neither the priest of Dagon nor any that come into Dagon's house tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod until this day. But the hand of the Lord was heavy upon them of Ashdod, and he destroyed them and smote them with emerods. And emerods are like boils or blisters, hemorrhoids, like big hemorrhoids. Even Ashdod and the coast thereof. And when the men of Ashdod saw that it was so, they said, the ark of Yahweh of Israel shall not abide with us, For his hand is sore upon us and upon Dagon our God. They sent therefore and gathered all the lords of the Philistines unto them and said, What shall we do with the ark of the God of Israel? And they answered, Let the ark of the God of Israel be carried about unto Gath. And they carried the ark of the power of Israel about thither. And it was so that after they had carried it about, the hand of the Lord was against the city with a very great destruction, and he smote the men of the city, both small and great, and they had emerods in their secret parts. So the Lord is nothing to be playing with, man. Can't none of these false gods stand up to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Not Jesus, aka Cesare Borgia, not Muhammad, the child molester, not Baphomet, who these celebrities give all their energy to. None of them. Buddha, nothing. And these Roman Catholics, pagan Catholics have a connection to these Hamite guys because in the Roman Catholicism religion, you see the Pope and the priest with that Dagon, that fish hat on. It's called a fish hat. So they a bunch of pagans too, man. And that's where you Christians and all you so-called holy people get your instructions from. Your pastor ain't gonna tell you, but he goes and get counsel from the Pope, and they tell them what they can and can't say. So with that, I hope this lesson has been edifying, and I would like to say, Call Halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and the Baba Ball.